And Phil Cahoy will be the next competitor on the pommel horse for the Americans. Cahoy from Lincoln, Nebraska, in the University of Nebraska, an 84 graduate on the national teams of 80, 81, and 82, and finished 5th in all-arounds in the McDonald's Nationals.
And Phil is tremendous on this event. He is currently our national champion on the pommel horse. Just received that crown a couple of months ago. So this should be a great routine.
He's the tallest of the gymnasts on this team at 5'11".
Nice swing, good extension. Does a very difficult routine. Watch this skill. Extremely well. There's his flare. Phil's routine is harder than the other routines that we've seen. Nice back stock lead to the end. Loop right to a handstand. Excellent job, Phil Cahoy.
Well, as he gets his just due here at the Forum in Los Angeles, Phil Cahoy. Phil's been around a while. He competed on some World Championship teams with you, I know, Peter, and good friends of yours.
Yes, he is. We competed together in 1978, way back in Strasbourg, France, at the World Championship.
The women's vaulting, by the way, Tracy Gallore's time, our score was 9.65.
That was a tremendous vault. Asuka Har with a full twist in the laid-out position. Very high difficulty factor. It starts at a 10.0, so it is the most difficult vault you can do.
Zhang Yanzhu.
Now let's take another look at that vault. She's doing a full twist in the laid-out position. See, her body doesn't tuck or pike. Gets it around one little step to the side, but an excellent vault.
As is the case in the American team, the youth is the key. Both men and women, certainly for the women, only 15 years old. Zhang Yanzhu. Hong Nang is her home. She gets ready for her second of the women's vault here. Again, the two vaults taken and averaged.
Second vault now for Zheng Yingzi.
Here comes that second vault. She must do a different vault again. Good run. Nice takeoff. Good lift off the horse, but she had to run back. Those steps are going to take tenths off her score.
So she waits her score. Phil Cahoy, by the way, on the pommel horse just a few moments ago, a 9.55 was his score. As we take a look at the final vault here.
Nice layout, Sukahara, but look at the over-rotation right there, and she runs back. That's the deduction.
Zhang Yanzhu will finish her vaulting competition and now awaits her score. Again, the men and women competing simultaneously here at the Forum in Los Angeles. As we move back to the men's pommel horse. Guo Ling Sheng gets ready for his first outing on the pommel horse. 21 years of age. Aichong Yang is his home in China.
And he, of course, their national all-around champion. The best gymnast in the People's Republic of China right now. A lot of the Olympians did not compete in their national championship, however. They have been injured, or there's rumors that they're retiring. So this is one of the youngsters that they look to for leadership and to follow with the great Chinese trend in gymnastics.
You know, Peter, in watching him in preliminaries and now here again in the individuals, he does not have quite the height he had in the preliminaries, I thought, off of the pommel horse.
Well, that was a great routine, though. A fairly difficult routine with a lot of good swing, no noticeable form breaks. And boy, I'll tell you, this competition is amazing. These guys are doing very difficult routines, and they're swinging extremely well.
So again, as Guo Ling Sheng completes his pommel horse, again, a difficult routine as amplified by Peter.
And here he is on the end. Now watch, he's going to walk down the horse sideways from pommel to pommel and back down to the end, so he's walked the entire length of the horse. Very difficult skill. Going right into the dismount. Nice handstand. Went up beautifully and a perfect landing.
Well, as he waits his score, Guo Ling Sheng on the pommel horse. We now move once again to the vaulting. And here's Sabrina Marr. Sabrina Marr of the USA.
Nice, laid out Sukahara, one step back, but a very good vault. Sabrina is just an amazing person. She's only 15 years old. She won the national championship. And boy, what a beautiful young lady she is. Here comes that first vault. Sukahara laid out. Nice push off the horse, good extension. And just that one step back on the dismount on the landing, but that was the only mistake.
She not only won the all-around at the Nationals in Jacksonville, sponsored by the McDonald's people, she absolutely annihilated the rest of the field. Uneven bars, the floor, the vault, and the balance beam all went first in her category.
And watch the distance that Sabrina gets when she lands. She's further from the horse than some of the other girls we've seen. And that is advantageous to getting a good score.
Just a light step there on the landing for Sabrina Marr, the national champion of the United States. Our look continues at the best of the gymnastic talent from the United States and the People's Republic of China when we return with more of the McDonald's Gymnastics Challenge.
Score to beat, and this is the man who can beat it. Tim Daggett. We saw him in the Summer Olympics get a bronze medal on the pommel horse. He was one of that Olympic gold medal team. Daggett working very well. He has not been competing a lot. He's been doing all the other things that Olympic champions do, interviews and dinners and banquets. But this is great. Look at him now. This is at his best. He's hopped down to the end, back to the middle, right to a handstand. A great job for Timmy Daggett. Boy, you'd never know he hasn't been training real hard.
Wow, he finished third in the all-arounds in Jacksonville. Tim Daggett from the Olympic Games has put on a show here in Los Angeles. As a member of the United States Olympic gold medal team, Tim has had little time to train. Oh, when he talked to Peter earlier, he had reached back into that memory for a drive to compete.
Well, for me, I just love the sport of gymnastics. I took a little bit of time off after the games, and I decided, you know, I still really love this sport, and I get a thrill from it that I get from nothing else. So I decided, you know, Tim Daggett's going to keep going.
You still have that burning desire that you need to be competitive?
I think so, yeah. I had to give myself time and see if it was there. I've been to a couple meets, and I've seen the top gymnasts in the world again, and it's there. You know, it's not like it was the year before '84, but it shouldn't be right now. I wanted to be in good shape for the championships, but I want to be in real good shape for Montreal and hopefully for Seoul if I decide to stick around that long.
Moving to the women's vaulting, the final is Yolanda Mavitt of the United States, her first vault.
Yolanda Mavitt, nice. Super hard laid out, a little bent knees in the air, but a lot of flight off the horse. Boy, we've seen some tremendous vaults.
Yolanda, at 16 years of age, her third year on the national team.
Good push off the horse. You could see her knees bent just a little bit coming off the horse and a little bit on the landing, but a good vault.
Yolanda has really been troubled with a cold the last couple of days, as she has really had the opportunity to try to force herself into getting into the competition, and it's very difficult when you are subpar to have to compete against this competition. But Yolanda Mavitt, again from Eugene, Oregon, from the National Academy of Gymnastics there, 16 years of age, 5'2 1/2", 103 pounds, fourth tied overall in the McDonald's Nationals.
Here comes the second vault. Super full twist, a little ragged in the air in terms of her knees were not perfectly together, but a nice landing and a lot of flight.
So Yolanda Mavitt, again with a 9-7 by her own teammate, Sabrina Marr, to beat.
And Tim Daggett's score has just been posted. It's a 9.87. When they use that third decimal, it means that there was a conference. They could not resolve it, so the head judge's score had to be averaged into the middle two scores. So we know they had problems judging that routine, but Daggett is in first place with a 9.87.
Tong Jer Gong is on the pommel horse for the Chinese with a score of 9.87 by Tim Daggett to beat if he hopes to take it away from the American.
And he does a very good routine, not quite as difficult as Daggett's, but very nice swing. Look at the extension, perfect form, his legs are together the whole time. Now he walks backwards the length of the horse without the pommels. That's extremely difficult. Nice, right to a handstand, a great dismount. That's going to get a top score. As to whether it's going to beat Timmy Daggett, you're going to have to ask the judges.
One of the things about the pommel horse, again, a little bit of a flare, and certainly Tim Daggett did that, forcing maybe the conference that brought it on, but certainly a good score of 9.87 as, again, Jer Gong tries to go for that score as well.
Now watch this dismount sequence. He's on one end of the horse. He walks backwards, does not use the pommels, needs a tremendous...
Just outdistancing Tong Jer Gong at 9.85. The gold and silver. Wall Ling Xiong gets the bronze at 9.80. And there are your three pommel horse winners.
And the winner of the gold medal, 9.725 from the United States of America, Yolanda
The men have certainly enjoyed their success, but some young faces are also making their way to the top of the platform here. Yolanda Mavety, with a vault average of 9.72, will take the gold. Her teammate from the U.S., Sabrina Marr, 9.70 the silver. There's a tie for the bronze. American Tracy Kalor, 9.65, and Wong Xiaoying also at 9.65. Yolanda Mavety, again the winner of the women's vaulting. Well, still to come. We've got activity coming up in the men's still ring, and the women will move now to the uneven bars. The activity continues with the glow of the Olympic torch still felt here in Los Angeles. We'll have more on the McDonald's Gymnastics Challenge after this brief timeout. In the men's rings get underway as Wong Xiaoming of the Republic of China is the first to perform.
And the Chinese are tremendously strong on the still rings. This is another forte of theirs. Look at the planche. Through a Maltese, right to a cross, done very well. I think if there was one big difference between the Chinese at this competition and this young American team, is that these Chinese are much physically stronger than the Americans. So on the still rings, this will be the event that will help their score from that aspect. Nice swing, lock arm, right to a handstand. Notice the arms don't bend. There's a giant the other way. Perfect swing. Getting ready for the dismount now. Double layout. That's a great routine.
Great indeed. Started off with you saw a very powerful opening move. Wong Xiaoming, 23, 123 pounds, 5 feet 4. On this national team, he loves vaulting, but he does very well in the rings.
He sure does. Look at this dismount. Nice lift off the rings. A little bent knees in the air, but a very good landing.
So once again, as Wong Xiaoming sets down and awaits his score again in the rings, we move to the women uneven bar. The national champion of the U.S., Sabrina Marr. Uneven bars for the women.
Sabrina won this event at the national championship this year. She missed in the preliminary round. Let's see if she can make up for it in the finals. Nice reverse act right over the high bar. Excellent routine so far. Straddle on half turn, catch the high bar. Working very well. Here comes for the preparation for the dismount. Nice double back, a good landing. Wow, what a great exercise.
15-year-old Sabrina Marr, the national champion, performing here almost in the shadow of her home at Monterey Park, California. Just a 9th grader, heading for the 10th grade next year. Working out at the Scats here, and she performed extremely well.
Here comes that dismount. Little leg separation right there in her giant swing. Not a major deduction, however. Nice lift on the double back. Knees perfectly together in the air, and a tremendous landing.
On the men's still ring, we move back with the Chinese competitor. This is Kong Shin Yong.
And Kwong in the preliminary round scored a 9.65. All of the Chinese here are very strong. They all have good strength parts, and this is one thing that the new rules, which have been developed since the Olympic Games, require the gymnast to perform 2 strength parts instead of 1. It's always been 1, and now it's 2. So the trend in men's gymnastics on the rings is to perform more strength and not just swing.
As we watch this performance, Billy Paul's score of 9.40 was posted a moment ago. 9.40 for Billy Paul.
What a strength part. He did a Maltese to a planche and now a cross. So he did 3 very difficult strength moves in a row. And the Chinese really work this. They train very hard to become strong at a young age. And we've seen some of the young performers and can't believe how strong they are. That was a good routine. He swung both ways very well. Excellent strength combination and a very good double layout somersault for dismount.
Kwong Shin Yong performing for the Chinese national team and performing extremely well. 21, 5'3", 128. Great strength moves on the rings as best amplified there. And this is Kelly Garrison performing for the U.S.
And Kelly has done a very nice job this year. Second in the all-around nationals. A beautiful del chip there. This is a great routine so far. She was 3rd in the USA on this event. Nice free hip. Good giant swing with the full turn. Hard routine. Oh, no, she had trouble on that. Came out of the giant swing with a full turn. almost hit the low bar with her feet and had trouble lifting her legs for the dismount. That's why she came up short.
On her fourth national team, 17-year-old, again, Kelly Garrison, heading for the University of Oklahoma as a freshman next year.
And here it comes. Here's the full turn right there. Now watch her left leg. She almost hit the low bar, had a little crooked lift, and came up short. That's too bad because that was a great routine until then.